it's Yvette here from Mixed Media Mayhem, etc. This is the second part in a series to finish this journal. I've decided it's going to be a travel journal because I've got a map here, and I cut down the pages to make a signature. I cut the pages down from 10 inches by 7 inches, and it fits in the cover very well. And I made every other page, I used some coffee dyed papers and some mixed media papers. So every other page is a coffee dyed paper. Except for the cover, and this is why I decided to make it a travel journal, because the cover comes from an old atlas, just like the same atlas I got the map from as the end pages. So that I cut just a little bit bigger so it would fit the pages, but still fit within the cover of the pages. So let me get those in the middle of the signature. Put these on. Now what we need to do, we're going to use the pamphlet stitch. I'm just going to do the one signature. So we need to mark where we're going to put our holes. First we mark the cover, and then we mark the pages. Now I'm going to put a small line, just a very imperceptible line, you might not see it on the video, down the middle. Now remember, our spine is 1 inch, so the middle is a 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to mark 1/2 inch all the way down, make a very light line so I know where it goes. You won't see this line once I get the signature, once the page is in. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see that line. Just kind of adds to the other lines of the map. And I'm going to put 3 dots, because that's how many holes you need for the pamphlet stitch. I'm going to put a dot about 1 inch from the top, about 2.5 inches below that, and then about 1 inch from the bottom. And the reason I have them uneven, I got this idea from Pam at Paper Output. If you have these two, if you have these two closer, then you know that's the top. When you mark the signature, and then you take it away, if you're not sure which is the top, just look at the holes. The ones that are closer together go at the top. All right. Now I've got my holes marked. I've got my signatures marked. Let's make some holes. I don't have a really nice punch. I don't have a crocodile or anything, but I don't need it either. I have this handy dandy awl. This is a woodworking awl made by Stanley. It's nice and sharp, but it gets gradually fatter, so I can just make as small a hole or as big a hole as I want. I don't need a very big hole this time because it's just the one signature. So I'm simply going to take my awl and push it down in there. Now this chipboard is pretty thick, so it might take a little bit of pressing, but I'm twisting a little bit, and then I've got my finger on the other side, so I don't want to push too hard because I don't want to jab my finger. But I can feel it coming through. Now I just need to get it through the denim. because the needle I use to sew this on is blunt. It's a tapestry needle. There, I got it through. I don't know if you can see the all punching through there, but it is. Now I'm going to get this second hole.
Press down hard. Check the other side. Oh, I feel it. That's good.
And there it is, just above the line there. Now for the last hole.
Well, that one's going a little easier for some reason.
There we go. Alright, now we have to put the holes in the signatures. Let me set that aside, get the signatures. Now you need to make sure they're lined up just the way you want them. Okay. Now as you can see, they're not at the, there's just a little tiny edge on either side of the signature cover. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure they're all nice and tight together. I folded them individually and then I put them in order that I wanted them. Now I'm going to fold this backwards. Make sure again that the signature cover is sticking out just a little bit on either end, and that the signatures are even. Not easy. Okay, so now the signatures are all lined up where I want them to be. The signature cover is where I want it to be. Now the signature cover is where I put the marks for making my holes. I'm going to start with the middle one. And I'm going to go straight down, and hopefully, if things work out, it's going to go right through the middle of all 3 or all 10 pages of the signature. It should, no, sometimes I'll fold it up a little bit and push it through, and that one looks good. Now for the others. Line it up with the dot, push it through, right in the middle, just where I want it. And one last time, line it up, push it through, and there it is. Awesome. Now I'm going to close the pages the way they're supposed to be. I'm going to put, just to keep them where I want them, I'm going to put on one clip. You can use any kind of clips here. I like paper clips or book clips or whatever. Now we're going to sew. Okay, this is wax linen thread. I'm going to use this kind of maroon color. And you need 2.5 lengths the height of the page. Okay, 2.5, give or take. Like I said, I'm going to use a tapestry needle with a nice big hole so I don't have to struggle threading my needle. For a tapestry stitch, you start in the middle, and you can either start on the inside where your knots will be on the inside, or you start on the outside where your knots will be on the outside. And I'm going to put mine on the outside, so I start with my cover, Now I need to find that hole. There it is. I'm going to pull it up through the middle hole of the cover. I'm not going to pull it all the way through. I'm going to leave about 3 inches on the outside. Now I put it through the middle hole. Oops. My pages moved on me, so hopefully I can still get it through. Put it through the middle hole of the pages. Okay. Now it doesn't matter if I go to this side or this side. I usually go down to the bottom. Put it through the pages. Now it's going to be a little challenge because I accidentally moved the pages. Okay, now it's through the page. Now I put it through the bottom hole of the cover. Turn it over. Bring it all the way up to the top. Put it through the cover and then put it through the pages. Again, this is going to be challenging. If you don't move the pages halfway through the middle, while you're doing this, it's really easy. But I did move the pages, so it's challenging. Now I pull it up. Make sure you get that tail up through. Now I'm going to put it down through the middle, through the original hole. That should go pretty well because it's all lined up now. Turn it over. Now my original string that I left is right here. And it's on one side of the middle, it's on one side of the thread. My lagging string is on the other side. Need to pull it. You don't want to pull it too tight, but you want it snug enough to hold those pages in. And then you tie a double knot. Now if you want a longer dangle here, you just make the string longer in the beginning. Make it 3 length instead of 2.5. But okay. So here's this dangling. I'm going to put some beads on there. And there we go. The signatures are in. I don't need the clip anymore. There's my book. Now some people like to decorate their pages before they sew them in, and I've done that too, but I wasn't real happy with that process, so I just went ahead and sewed them in, and we're going to decorate these pages together. See you in a little bit. So, time to decorate. I have this cute little mask from I don't know where. I've had it for years just hanging around, and I thought it would look really good out here on the front. So I'm going to put that on last. I'm going to put a few decorations. I have a few decorations left over from another journal that I made a couple of years ago. I'm just going to put them here and there. I'm just going to glue them in, I think. I'm using Fast Grab Tacky Glue by Aleene's. It's a PVA glue. I don't want to put too many of these thick decorations in because they'll really bulk out the book. But a few here and there I think is a good idea. I'm just going to put this clothespin on to hold it till it dries. Now let's see, I'll put one up here. I'm going to skip a page. Wanderlust. Let's skip a page and do whatever this is. I'm punching these holes out because I'm thinking about putting some brads or something in there to decorate them up. But I'm going to glue them first. If I put brads in them, it'll be like the last one of the last things I do, just before I put the mask on the front. This really is a fast grab glue. I like it a lot. And it's acid free and all of that good stuff. So I don't have to worry about it hurting anything I put into the journal. Whether I put in pictures or ephemera or do some writing. It's not going to bother anything. My husband and I are getting ready to do a series of trips this fall. He just retired. Let's see what's upside right. He just retired, so we are going to buy an RV. So some of my videos may be from the road, which would be a lot of fun. Can't wait. I have to come up with some good traveling mixed media ideas. If you have some good ideas on traveling crafts to do that don't take up a lot of space, but they'll be fun to teach. If there's anything you want to learn, let me know. I am more than happy to teach you anything I know. And if I don't know it, I'll learn it and teach it to you then. In the meantime, we'll just keep decorating these pages. The problem with putting the brads in is the little things will stick out on the back of the page, and I'll need to figure out a way to cover those. And since I like to write in my journals, my travel journals, as well as put in photographs and drawings and such, I don't want to take up too much space with ephemera and stuff that I really am not going to enjoy. Since this will be my travel journal, I'm not going to put a lot of frilly things in there. I just don't like, I'm not a frilly person, so I'm not going to put frilly things in here. This, because it's a frame for a picture, I'm just going to glue on half of it. So that way, and glue right on the outside of it. That way, if I have a picture take a picture that will work in there, I'll be able to just slip it right in. I'm going to get it right out to the edge though. All right. I'm going to let these dry overnight, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. We're going to finish our travel journal today. Let me show you what we have so far. Okay, we glued a few pieces of ephemera on the white pages. And that's about all we have. I have them on all the white pages. Now we're going to put something, I'm not sure what. I'm going to put something on the brown pages too. First we're going to make ourselves a pocket. so that I can put receipts or paraphernalia in here to hold until that night when I can put it into the travel journal. So I want to do this without measuring because you know what a bother that is. Get my handy dandy paper cutter out. Line up the mark I made with the cutting line. Let's see. There we go. This paper I'm using is something I made out of junk mail. You can't even see what it was before. But right now it is called faux homemade paper, and I made a video on it, so I'll put that as a link in the description. We're going to use this for our pocket. Let me cut it down just a little bit more. That's better. That way it doesn't have to be butted up against the pages. I'm just going to glue it on 3 sides. I'm going to use Fabrifix just because it grabs hold faster and I can keep working. And I'm just going to glue this on 3 sides since it is a pocket. There we go. Okay, so there's that. The things I'm going to use, I'm going to glue onto the brown pages, the coffee dyed pages, are these little clusters I made. Now you can get instructions on how to make these clusters anywhere on Facebook. Or not Facebook, anywhere on YouTube for. If you look at mixed media clusters, you'll get several YouTube channels that show you how to make them. So I'm going to use these, and I'm going to paste these, I'm going to glue these onto the brown pages, the coffee dyed pages. I'm going to glue them. They're going to be off to the edge like so. And they'll be used as finger tabs to open the pages. And I don't need a whole lot of fabric tack to do that. Just a little bit low. Like this one a lot with a shell on it. See how they're different levels so I can open the pages. A little bit lower. Let's see, where do we need this one? About here. And I know I said I'm not a, oops, where's my, I'm not, but I don't consider these clusters to be frilly. I consider them to be bling, which is different. Bling is shiny and bold and colorful, whereas the other is well, sweet and pastel and that kind of thing. Okay, I need it about here. And my next area will be about here. looks like I need 1, 2, 3. It looks like I need a few more clusters. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 more clusters. 3 more clusters. Okay, be right back. Okay, now I think that's enough, because when you close the book, it's pretty full. As you can see, it's pretty full. So I'm not going to add any more ephemera except this. I made this. It's basically a circle that I cut out, and I added a sticker and a brad to hold it together. And with 4 different places where I can either journal or put in a picture or something. So I'm just going to tuck this into the pocket. So I have it there. I'm going to put a paper clip on it in case I want to paper clip it somewhere into the journal as I use it. Let's see, let's put it down here. This is a funny paper clip. It's difficult to use. Maybe I won't buy these again. There we go. That needs a little picture. I might put a stamp or something on there. Maybe a sticker. I'll put a sticker or something on there, but that won't add to the bulk. So here's our book. Okay. I have plenty of room for writing. Plenty of room to add pictures or ephemera of some type. That's what I love about travel journals, is you put everything in there, and then when you look at it a year from now or 5 years from now, you have all those memories, and I love it. Now I'm going to use fabric tack, and I'm going to glue my little mask on there. Close to the middle as I can get it. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. I'll just leave that for a minute or so. I like it. Adds pizzazz. And I think I'm not going to put the beads on here because that'll just add weight. So I'm just going to trim these strings off. Tuck them in to underneath the, well, I can't do that with one hand, so after this dries, I'm just going to tuck those in, and this will be done. So thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you got some value out of this. And you have a really good day. Be kind, be caring, and be creative.